All right, let's get more on China's high-level opening up and bring in Jameel Ahmad, Chief Analyst at online trading brokerage GTC. Jameel, welcome to the program as always. Let me ask you first about the investment opportunities here in China, because KPMG, we were going through a report they recently released, and that report said multinationals, the companies there showing that 94% of surveyed firms plan to continue investing in China, with 75% expecting to maintain or increase their investment. What do you see as China's advantages right now for multinational companies in terms of the opportunities, and which sectors are the most attractive?
Well, Michael, China offers a distinct set of advantages that essentially is quite difficult as well as costly to find in other markets based on how much time and the investment that might actually occur. If you look at really what's happening here, China has a clear policy, and that policy is to create advanced manufacturing, high products goods, research, design, and technology. And those are the types of sectors that we continue to see in the 2020s are becoming more of a focus within China. But essentially what we also have to take into account as well is the market scale. It's unmatched. You've got a tremendous domestic market. You have so much technology and manufacturing available. And you also have such a huge size as well that it's just essentially it's difficult to find that elsewhere. And although there might be some alternatives available, it might take a number of years to actually find those alternatives. And then you look at some industries where China started to flourish, namely cars, and it shows that China can actually go from being this huge manufacturing powerhouse and seen as importing goods to now being seen as a powerhouse that can actually export high products. And I think that's important to multinational companies, and that's important for long-term stability as well in terms of setting up your business and maintaining a focus on the China market.
Right, so this is about companies investing into the China market. Let me ask you about Chinese companies going abroad, Jameel, because Chinese companies, particularly in the auto sector, have accelerated their overseas expansion this year. We've seen investments such as CATL in Hungary, one of the world's largest battery makers, and over in Spain as well, Great Wall Motor inaugurating a factory in Brazil, also BYD opening a plant in Hungary. The first Chinese-invested auto factory in Europe, I should say. How do you assess this new phase of global expansion by Chinese automakers?
Well, this is the policy shift, essentially, because we're going from being made in China to being made by Chinese companies worldwide. And you've mentioned there are a number of markets where China's now set up hubs for certain car brands, BYD and so forth. Also, if you look at past 10 years, you've gone from China being a net importer of automobiles, where actually it was exporting around 1 million cars over that period. But now we're speaking today, and China is actually the largest car exporter in the world, and they export somewhere around 6 million plus cars. So again, that shows the types of progress the Chinese economy and Chinese sectors can make. And I think that links both answers nicely together.
Right, and the inauguration of the special customs operations of China's Hainan Free Trade Port, Jameel, that marks a major milestone, of course, in the next phase of China's opening up. How is Hainan expected to deepen economic ties with ASEAN and other international markets?
Yeah, well, if you look at what's really dominated the global economic narrative for 2025, it's been global trade tensions and tariffs and so forth. And if you also look at some of the historical stigma when it comes towards investing in the China economy, some just don't understand how to access the China market and also how the China market works. So Hainan as well actually allows a bit of a testing phase, because it has free trade, which obviously brings a lot of benefits, and it also allows to access the Chinese market to test it out as somewhat of a pilot before continued investment in the mainland, or when you decide actually to understand your Chinese economy more. So that's why the Hainan province and that market is going to be very important moving forward.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Jameel, many thanks for your insights. As always, Jameel Ahmad, Chief Analyst at online trading brokerage GTC. Thank you. All right, do stay with